Hello and welcome to all of our Gold viewers. So here with us today, I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and MC here for Gold Learning. And I am so excited. Today, in honor of the International Day of the Midwife, I have a guest here who will be speaking here at the International Day of the Midwife. And that is Dr. Jessica Brumley. Hello, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Kristen. Such a pleasure.
You will be speaking on the International Day of the Midwife here at Gold, and you have a very fascinating topic. But first of all, let's talk about you a little bit. Let's talk about your professional background for our viewers here.
Sure. I am a certified nurse midwife, and I've been in clinical practice for over 20 years. I also have my PhD, and so I have been involved in a variety of research and quality improvement initiatives throughout my career. It's really honored to work at the University of South Florida here in Tampa, Florida, where I direct the midwifery service. And in this role, I have an opportunity to combine clinical practice, education, research, leadership, and administration. So I get to do a little bit of everything every day.
That's absolutely wonderful. And teaching the next generation of midwives as well. That's so wonderful. That's what we need here, right? And yeah, you're going to present at the International Day of the Midwife. What a celebration. We always look forward to this day here at Gold where we have that free presentation for everyone to enjoy. And this year, you are presenting on improving care, improving outcomes, quality improvement for midwives. And when you and I chatted before, you said that topic was really near and dear to your heart, and you were really looking forward to presenting on it. So tell me a little bit, how did you get into this topic of quality improvement, and why is it so fascinating for you?
I think almost any midwife has had the experience where they felt like there was something they wanted to change
Mhm.
about where they were in practice. Whether it's your own solo practice and you know that there's something you want to do better, or an institution where you just know that things could be better. And if you don't know how to go about that, it can be really frustrating. Not seeing the change that you want to see, I think, is part of what can lead to burnout in our profession. And so very early on in my career, I had the opportunity to engage with our state perinatal quality collaborative, whose mission it is to use quality improvement science to improve the outcomes for moms and babies in the hospitals in my state. And that relationship is one that has helped to develop my skills in this area and helped me to become a leader both in my institution and in my state in improving outcomes. And the feeling of empowerment that I have, knowing that I have these concrete steps to help to create change, is something that I want to share with others and help them improve where they are. Knowing that midwives are truly experts in our fields. And so why shouldn't we be the ones leading the change that we want to see?
I love this when you said, well, why shouldn't we be the ones who lead the change? And you're so right, right. It feels sometimes like such a struggle. We all know we want to improve something, be it, as you mentioned, in our own practice, or we look at the bigger, picture of the institutions, maybe government, state, and, it is overwhelming, right? And what you mentioned there really speaks to me because you said it's empowering, because many of us don't know where to start, right? We make improvements on a small scale. Maybe we know, oh, I need to look at my intake forms again, maybe, and make some updates there in quality, and maybe run some drills with the team, for emergencies and such. But it feels like often very sporadic, especially if you don't work in a big institution, but more, maybe in a smaller, practice or setting, then really something very structured. And I think that throws many midwives off or birth workers off, because if we look at quality improvement, oh, that sounds very formal, and it feels like, oh, you need to have some kind of formal education and degree and all this. And it might be that people are a little bit, worried about, can I even do this? What can I do? And how can I do this? It's just little me here. So I'm really excited about that you are kind of empowering us, showing us something, some steps we can actually do and take into our practice, right?
Concrete tools. That's what I am aiming to provide in my presentation to help individuals think about how do I break this down into steps?
Hmm.
What are those steps? And then what can I do to start to create the change and just help people to feel like they are the one. They are the one
Hmm.
that can help to do this. Um,
Hmm.
I um, I think it's just career changing
Wow.
to
Yep.
have those tools and to know that you can create an environment that is the place where you want to attend birth, right?
Hmm.
Where you would want your loved ones to be attended in birth. Not only because you're there, but because the entire system of care is one that is respectful and has their best interests and at heart and centers their voice. And those are our values as
Hmm.
midwives, but oftentimes we don't feel like we work in a place that values the same things we do. And so how do we get
Right.
there?
Right. And you mentioned something very important. It's not just us, right? It's the other team members or other
Mhm.
departments or wherever we work, right? And getting them on board. So, what kind of barriers have you encountered when midwives are trying to initiate, QI efforts?
Lack of resources,
Hmm.
lack of interest or prioritization of the things that we think are a priority. It's definitely a challenge. We only have so many hours in the day, so many people that we work with, and so I've had to be very thoughtful about which topics I tackle when,
Hmm.
knowing what the institution is going through in that moment in time, thinking about who is in a position of power and how can I leverage that, right?
Hmm.
Who are my allies? And how do we capitalize on
Hmm.
a specific moment to help
Yeah.
to create change? We can't do it all, but
Right.
just trying to think about what can we do right now, and then
What
we
can
build on that.
Absolutely. What can we do right now and building on it? And you mentioned burnout, and especially in this profession, I mean, especially since COVID, it has
Mhm.
been very difficult for many care providers, not just midwives, anybody in the healthcare system, right?
Mhm.
How does this help with burnout? You mentioned it, but like, give me like an specific example how this could be beneficial and prevent burnout.
If you are feeling harm, like moral injury, when you go to work because you're seeing people not treated in the way or the care not provided in a way that aligns with your values, then you're not going to want to continue to do the work. If you feel like there's no possibility for change, you're not going to want to keep working there. When you have the tools to help you to create the change, then you gain power.
Mhm.
And when you start to see change being made, then you see the possibility for the future. It gives you that next thing to work on.
Mhm.
If you don't feel like anything's ever going to change, why would you keep doing
Right.
it? Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's you put it so beautifully there. And I feel like everybody watching this can take some, action steps, as you mentioned, action items to implement right there in their practice, no matter where they are. I'm very excited about this presentation. Now, before I let you go here, what final last words do you have for our viewers?
Celebrate midwifery. You are powerful. You are experts. You are needed by the future generation of birthing people. We have the power to create the environment that is so needed. And I have so much um, excitement about the future based on the midwives that I interact with every day. So I am so excited to have you join me and learn a bit more about quality improvement.
Well, thank you so very much, Dr. Jessica Brumley, for being here with me, being so gracious with your time. And we're looking so forward to your presentation here at Gold. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now some brief information for our viewers. The presentation titled Improving Care, Improving Outcomes, Quality Improvement for Midwives is available live and is going to be recorded as well. So jump into goldlearning.com for more information. The presentation will be live on the actual day of the midwife, May 5th. And you even get a free CEU as well. So we hope to see you all there and celebrate the International Day of the Midwife with us here at Gold. Thank you all for watching. Have a lovely day and wherever you are in the world. Bye bye, everyone.